So what we've noticed in recent years, and in fact in recent decades, has been a tendency that mainstream actors have had, whether it's politicians, whether it's the media, or even academics to some extent, to mainstream far-right politics or reactionary politics. We can see this happening in the early 2000s, for example. We could even take it back to the 90s and 80s, but in the early 2000s we've seen, for example, the rise of mainstream Islamophobic politics that were not quite far-right, but were tapping into kind of similar systems of othering and exclusion. More recently, we've also seen the mainstreaming of politics such as transphobia, which again tap into the same forms of exclusion as traditional forms of exclusion, such as racism. What has happened in a way is that there has been, and what I argue in my research is that there has been a misunderstanding when we look at the process of mainstreaming. Very often this process of mainstreaming has been misnamed populism, and it gives this impression that actually the people in positions of power, whether it is political power such as politicians or cultural power or discursive power such as journalists or academics, are simply responding to the legitimate grievances of the people. It is seen, or it is to be argued, as some kind of bottom-up process. And what I try to argue and to show in my research is that in fact it's very much a top-down process where the people in position of power, the people in position to shape or who have privileged access to shaping public discourse are failing in their responsibility towards democracy and are hyping far-right politics and therefore making them common and emboldening far-right people. So in a way, what I think we need to do really is to take responsibility when we have access to privileged positions of power and shaping public discourse, take responsibility for it. We shouldn't give space to politics and to discourses that are dehumanizing, that are against democracy, that are against equality, because by giving them this space, we actually undermine democracy. This is not free speech. This is actually threatening free speech. This is threatening free discussion. We need to put these ideas back where they belong, which is the margins of society.